Okay, look, you guys. It's not for me. It's not all about just lifting weights and acting crazy and jamming out to like Limp Bizkit and Corn. For me, this all started, you know, really as a way to cope with, my addiction. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I was a junkie for years. Not only did I do heroin, but you know, I did coke. I did a lot of meth, and it led me down a real dark path. And I hurt a lot of people. And mentally, I was unstable. I didn't know how to trust people, which led to anxiety. When I wasn't high, I felt like crap, and that led to depression. You know, and over time, um, I got on meds, got off meds, whatever. But over time, while time was one of the biggest things. But how I pack that time, what I did in that time, is the biggest thing, right? Like, you can't just sit around and let time pass and expect your anxiety or depression to go away. What you got to do is, if you have low self esteem, you got to do esteemable things. If you're a selfish person, you got to do selfless acts. And that's the life I live now. And that's a big part of the reason why I'm doing this is, my time is limited, and I'm not a real social person. I mean, I used to be, whatever, but I do a lot of stay at home stuff. You know, I had a new baby. I've got another daughter, and um, I'm kind of a homebody. And it's my doing this, making these videos, is a way for me to reach out and to feel a part of and to hopefully help some folks out. Because if you're like me and you're in recovery, then you got to have something. You got to have an outlet for your anger. You've got to do things that make you feel good. And honestly, like, some people are like, oh, you're just, well, they haven't said this, but I assume, and I've heard other people talk about their views on, the douchebag bodybuilders, or, people that are just so overly concerned about the way they look. Yeah, well, you know what? Here, check this out. You know, if you look good, you feel good. And it's so much more than that. I mean, that's just one aspect of it. People don't understand the perseverance and, the mental fortitude it takes to force yourself to beat your body into submission every single day when you know you're going to feel sore the next day, or maybe, you sacrifice that time by not, you can't go out with your friends, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. There's a cause and effect. But I'll tell you what, if I didn't have working out and I didn't have this, what do you have? If you're used to releasing those endorphins, right? And driving in a, let's say you're used to driving a Ferrari, okay, 100 miles an hour everywhere you go, with two girls in the front seat, right, with their clothes off. I mean, that's just, mentally, with the endorphins that are being released when you do drugs, that's kind of the ballpark we're looking at. That's kind of the similar type of situation. When you go from that, at the casino with the dazzling lights, running from the police, helicopters chasing you. When you go from that kind of life, that fast-paced life, to trying to raise kids, okay, you got to get your endorphins off. I mean, you got to get your rocks off. And lifting weights is a way that's healthy, and it's an addiction that you can do to help you do that. So going back to the original reason why I started this rant, if you're feeling like you're depressed, or you have some anxiety, or maybe you're suffering from like low self-esteem or what have you, before you run to the doctor and try to get on some meds, or you go back to the drugs, or you think it's a good idea with 2 months sober or 2 months clean to go to the casino because you got some money and you want to floss a little bit, before you do any of those things, please get a hold of me and we will do a workout, and I will push you to the point where you don't want to do shit afterwards but sleep or lay down. I promise you, that shit's not worth it anymore. You know, it's not. Yeah, I'm lucky to be alive. You know, I spent a lot of time in jail, a lot of time not a lot of time in prison, but I did do some prison time, but I wasted a lot of my years fucking off and being irresponsible and not knowing fucking up from down. And do I regret it? You're not supposed to regret things. It made me who I am today, and it gave me something to share with other people to try to keep them from doing the same thing. So that's what I got, and I'm cool with that, But would I do it again? No. I have managed to finally build a life for myself and for the people around me that is not void of love. It is a loving life. It is a happy life, and I wouldn't trade that shit back in. And I wouldn't want to have to start over to build another life, and that's what you do when you decide to go back out. When you go to the streets, when you go to prison, you lose everything. You lose your girl, you lose your house, you lose your job, and you have to start back over from scratch. And I built a life for myself that I would not trade in, and you got to get to that point. But even if you're not really, sure if you want to stop drinking forever or whatever, or maybe you are only 2 months clean, let me show you what to do. Let me help you get to the point, that you can, lift weights on your own without hurting yourself. You know your limits, you kind of know, your body a little bit more. Just don't run to the doctor and go get some drugs. Don't trade one addiction for another, unless it's the one that I'm telling you to be addicted to, and that's a good one. I hope you guys take my advice. I really do. I genuinely, I'm not motivated by money. I used to be money motivated, and obviously I am in some aspects. Like, I wouldn't do a job for free, right? But I have a job, and I've got some other things going on in my life, and I'm good. I'm happy with the amount of money that I have and the amount of money I can make in the future. So this isn't about that. This isn't about me needing a side hustle or whatever. What this is 5 years in the making. This is, every time I went to jail, I thought, oh man, I'll start documenting. I'll get out and, I'll start doing videos on what to do from day one, getting out of jail, go straight to a meeting, don't go to 7-Eleven, don't hang out with the other people that just got out of jail, This is like time and time again not doing that, and finally just saying, you know what, screw it. I'm going to come up with a name. I'm going to start making videos. I'm going to put it out there. And this has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. So I'm finally getting around to it. And honestly, I hope that something I say or something I do, or I hope that I affect someone's life in a positive way. You hear that being said, but honestly, I spent so much time, ruining people's lives. I mean, literally, you guys, come on. If you're a drug addict, it's not uncommon for you to smash somebody's back door in the middle of the day and end up in a police chase in a helicopter above you. It's not uncommon to, tie somebody up and throw them in the trunk. Like, it's not uncommon to, steal from Walmart because you haven't eaten anything that day. These are just things that happen. Maybe you're not even a bad person. But when you need that heroin, man, when you need that high, you'll do whatever it takes. And you'll get in the mix with some bad people. And you might have been the most, soft-hearted, nice person in the entire world, but you start hanging around with sharks long enough and you're going to become a shark. So, all those mistakes I made, a lot of them, I've apologized to the people, but I'll never be able to right all those wrongs other than, I feel, doing what I'm doing now. And so I hope the word gets out. I hope you guys take me seriously, and I hope I'm able to help some people out. And I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. But if you know somebody that's struggling, or you know somebody that needs somebody to talk to, or needs to be pointed in the right way or the right direction, then consider me. Consider having them subscribe to my channel, because all the videos that I upload are going to have this kind of taste to them. They're going to be, look, this is your average father. This is an average dude that has been through struggles, that has done some fucked up shit in his life, and now he's on the right path. He's on the right track. He's making some moves. He's keeping it steady, and he's really trying to make a difference and influence some people in a positive way. Hopefully avoid some of the negativity that's going on out there. I live in Everett, you guys. This is Snohomish County. You can't walk down Broadway drive down Broadway without seeing, 20 tweakers riding their bikes on the side of the road. You can't go fill up your gas or fill up your tank at the gas station without having 2 or 3 people walk up and bum money off you. And, I don't give my money to everybody, but I use those as opportunities. But look, let's just face it. The point is we live in an area that is flooded with addiction. And it's really time to get the word out. It's really time to start, being responsible for helping those people. You, not the other guy. You can't just assume somebody else is going to do it or help. If you have a history and you've made it through those struggles, it is your responsibility to help other people as human being. You can't just slough it off and be like, oh God, I'm scared. I can't deal with these people. They're gonna try to ask me for money or a cigarette or something. Fuck that shit, man. That's your responsibility. And if you don't feel comfortable, send them my way. Have a good day, guys.